The Food and Drug Administration has reportedly scheduled a meeting later this month to consider Pfizer's request to authorize emergency use of its coronavirus vaccine. In a tweet this morning, the pharmaceutical company wrote, "With new cases in children in the U.S. continuing to be at a high level, this submission is an important step in our ongoing effort against COVID-19. If emergency use authorization is given, the move will make 28 million children eligible to receive the jab." Not surprisingly, some parents remain hesitant. Here to give her perspective is the host of Counterculture with Danielle D'Souza Gill on the Epoch Times. Danielle D'Souza Gill, good to see you, Danielle.
Good to see you, Buck. Thank you.
I have to say, it's remarkable to see how much they are acting like there's really a rigorous review process that is not already effectively decided from the perspective of policy, right? We saw that the booster shot was said to not be something that everybody needs, only a small group of Americans, according to this FDA panel. And the Biden administration decided, whatever, we're going to give it to everybody that wants to get it, at least as of now. Feels like with children and the FDA approval, it's already baked into the cake.
Exactly. And the sad thing is, really using children as guinea pigs and using them as political pawns, using them as really a scare tactic. I mean, a lot of these kids, they don't actually know. They don't follow the FDA and the science and all of this. So if they have a crazy parent or their school is forcing them to get the vaccine at this point, then they're going to be getting the vaccine. And as you said with the booster shots, the science doesn't even show that that is helpful. And the FDA has said that, okay, maybe only this select group should have them. And so this really isn't about the science anymore. It's about politics. And the sad thing is kids are really coming in the middle of it.
It's remarkable as well to see how we are being told that children are effectively, should get the shot, even though the data shows that children are at a remarkably low risk, thankfully, from COVID-19. But they've already put in place in California, Danielle, a mandate for school-age children starting next fall, as if they're preparing us for the forever pandemic and the mandatory shots for kids that are going to go along with it.
Right, of course. And they call this the new normal. But the reality is, what if you've had COVID? What if you have had antibodies, things like that? Why would you want to get the vaccine on top of that? I mean, regardless, we don't actually know what is better. And there's a lot of debate about even that. But to force kids to say they can't even go to school if they don't get this vaccine. And we know that remote learning has been so difficult for them. It's been really hard on kids to be at home, to be alone. A lot of them aren't getting the same opportunities because of that. So they're basically being forced to get the vaccine if they want to be in person and want to do something so fundamental as attend a primary school.
Also, you have parents who are speaking out against masks, speaking out against critical race theory, being essentially threatened by the Department of Justice recently, as I've been calling them, their soccer mom insurrectionists. I have to say, Danielle, if they start trying to, first of the FDA approval, and then if they try to roll out vaccine mandates for kids 5 to 12, I can only imagine that there are going to be a lot of angry, quote, insurrectionist soccer moms running around saying, I don't want you making my kid get the shot to go to school. 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds.
Well, concerned parents, they are the most dangerous people in America. They do pose the biggest threat to the left's agenda because the left knows that parents, everyday Americans, they care about their kids. If there's one thing that they're going to fight for, it's their children. And so the fact that they are really saying that we are going to demonize you as parents, we are going to be against anyone who wants to go to a school board, who wants to actually speak up for their rights. We're going to demonize you, an everyday American, an everyday mom, as you said. I mean, nothing is going to fire them up more than that. And so I think it just shows how deranged, Garland is and the Biden administration. And they obviously don't want any kind of unity.